It is once again time for Cadillac Unscripted on 107.9 CDY, sponsored by Independent Bank. We spend a half hour on Saturday mornings talking about people making a difference in the community. This time we're going to be talking about a group of individuals making a difference in the community.
That we are. And let me tell you, there's a lot of horsepower in the studio this morning. That's what I would call it, is horsepower, with two ladies that make things happen in Cadillac. We have Amy Gibbs and Deb Ballard with us. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
So tell us why you're here.
Thank you. So we are here because we are promoting the Cadillac Rotary Auction. It is our 37th annual auction this year, and the Rotary Club of Cadillac chooses a nonprofit in our area that they want to support. And this year, it is the Wexford Osceola Habitat for Humanity that they are supporting with their donation auction funds. And it is called the House Party, Remake, Reimagine, and Restore. So we're really excited about this event. It's going to be on April 23rd from 6 to 10 at Fox Motors Showroom. And you can get your tickets for $50, and you can contact Amy Gibbs at Habitat. You can go to a couple different places that are selling them in town, such as the Cadillac Chamber, the Cadillac Foundation, Community Foundation, Lake Osceola State Bank in Everett, or any Rotarian has tickets to this fun event this year.
Oh, my goodness. So let's talk a little bit about the project. What are you, as director of Habitat and a Rotarian, what are you going to do with the money?
So we are going to honor people's donations. So if you have ever been to our facility, you see that we have a lot of stuff outdoors. And we have our dumpsters right up from the street. You can see those when you pull in. We're just going to try and clean it up. We have a pole barn out back that we're going to do some renovations on. We're going to add heat and shelving and some cement so that we can utilize that space more for donations, so they are kept inside instead of outside. We're going to try and work on, we have a couple phases. Phase 1 is that pole barn. Mm-hmm. Phase 2 will be where we add some fencing to the Restore entrance and hopefully a roof. It might come on the side. We're just trying to figure out how that's going to work the best for us, but we're just going to make it look better, honor people's donations. We know that, when people donate to us for our Restore, it needs to be honored. And right now, with things sitting out in the elements, we feel like that's not happening to the best of our ability.
It's a wonderful thing that you have so many donations, isn't it?
It is. And there's certain things that just, take up floor space inside that it just ends up sitting outside. And we don't want people to think that they aren't something that we need and want. It's just we don't have the space inside to keep those and store those.
Okay. The why behind this. Can you explain to our listeners why Restore is such a critical piece of Habitat?
Sure. So it is our biggest fundraiser of the year. So all of the proceeds from the Restore go to build houses, go to repair houses. This is something that, we have a great store manager, and he manages the staff there. They do a great job at cleaning items when we get them in and making sure that we try and, work to create more money, because everything we make in that store goes to our bottom line of building safe and affordable housing in our area, in our communities. And we service Wexford and Osceola community out of that Restore, and all of our work is done in those two counties.
Rich, have you ever been to the Restore?
I have.
Okay.
I have. It's a great place to find deals.
It is. And the way they merchandise, you feel like you're in a big boy store.
You do. And, as Amy says, I think it's very important. A lot of the things I know that you get are perfectly in perfect working condition, maybe haven't been used in a while, maybe collected dust. So, you're going to get more money out of it if you clean it up and make it look nice and pretty on the floor.
Absolutely. And we actually pick items up too. So we have a truck that we send out. We actually got a call last week, and somebody was moving out of Curry House back home. And so we had to go and pick up some items from them, and they were only 8 weeks old. The guy was in Curry House for 8 weeks. They said, can you send a truck out? So we got a truck out that day and brought those items, and they were sold by the end of the day. So it's like a new store every day, we call it. So
Okay, so be honest, on a personal note, is it hard not to take things home from
Jeez, I walked through the store today and found something, took it up front, said, please put my name on this. I'll pay for it later. So yeah, it's kind of like, I come home and my husband's like, okay, bring something in, something has to go back. So every weekday this week, I've been trying to take an item into the Restore. Right now, we are really low on inventory. Okay. So if you guys have items out there that you want us to pick up, please call the Restore, schedule a pickup at 775-8661. Ben will get the truck out there. They will load it in the truck and take it to the restore.
We have had a little bit of a delay in spring weather, so I think spring cleaning is going to have to be put off by another week or two.
That's right. Let's get people mentally prepared with what they want to part with. Declutter. I want to talk to Deb a little bit. What nonprofit haven't you been a part of, Deb, in this town?
I've done quite a few, in one way or another, not maybe to the extent that I do for Habitat, and I've always been a friend of Rotary, so always helping with the Rotary auction. So
it's one of your many gifts. She does baskets, and I'm telling you, Rich, you could have a dud basket. It could have stuff that no one really wants in it. And by the time she's done with it, everybody wants it. She makes it look pretty. She adds fluff to it. What do you call it? Fluffing?
Yeah, fluffing. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it would be interesting because I want to get to auction items and the tone and tenor of the event and what's going to happen. But I think our listeners would be interested to know what you do by day, your day job.
Well, I'm a banker by day. So I manage a small branch for Lake Osceola State Bank, and I also am the branch administrator for all 11 of our branches. So it's a busy time, but it's work with people, and I enjoy that. And so this is kind of my hobby.
Right. So many people over the years have used Deb as their banker. How many years have you been in the business?
40.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
So $50, a $50 ticket. What does that buy?
So your $50 ticket will get you in the door. That gets you a nice hors d'oeuvre dinner. Willie's personality punch will be there. So that'll get you a glass of Willie's personality punch. That will get you the opportunity to bid on all the silent auction items. And then we're going to have some on live auction as well.
Okay.
So some of our live auctions, we're really working on those experiences. So we have a lot of local celebrities and politicians that are putting together some great experiences for us. Just something that will get you out and about. We've all been cooped up for way too long. And so many of us have everything we need in our homes. Again, we need to declutter. And so an experience is something that's a one of a kind, one time, a great memory for you and friends, family, however you want to do it.
Okay.
In addition, we have several people that have picked out items at the restore that they're going to repurpose, remake them. We have a beautiful side table that was made out of a vintage suitcase with table legs put on it. It's just adorable. Wow. Who would ever think to do that? But we have things like that, along with a lot of the things that everybody needs every year. Tires. We have many gift certificates, oil changes, auto detailing, those things for the grandkids that we always want to get but can't find. So we've got a Jeep, one of the motorized Jeeps this year again. Lots of toys from some of our tractor suppliers. Lots of fun things.
What is the dress code?
Anything goes. We're calling it a house party. So what do you wear to a house party?
Well, what do you wear to a... let's ask Rich.
Yeah, Rich, what do you wear
Rich,
to a
what
house
do you wear to a
party?
house party?
Just sounds like normal everyday clothes to me.
Jeans? I think so.
Jeans. If you want to dress up and that's what you want to do, come however you feel most comfortable.
You watch. You're going to have some of the ladies get all duded up, and you're going to have who they're with in jeans. And everybody needs to just feel comfortable and have a good time.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Good.
So this year, unlike all the auctions that have happened virtually in the last 2 years, everything's going to be in person, right?
That is
no
correct.
online aspect of this
No
year.
online aspect. All
Okay.
the silent auction items will be there that you can bid on, take with you that night. All the live auction items the same way. Nothing is going online this year.
So she's talking about experiences, and you'll note she's being a little cryptic. Did you catch that?
Yes.
I did.
Okay.
You got to attend to know what they are.
You got to attend. So I want to give out a little teaser, if I may.
Yes.
I called Sally Goggin about 10 days ago, and she and I cooked up an experience. But I can't talk about it because Deb wants it to be a surprise, and she wants people to attend and get out their pocketbooks. But I just want I want everybody to know it's on the docket, and we cooked up something really special.
You use the words cooked up. Is that a clue?
You know, I can't get anything by you. Ever.
Okay.
You can read my mind. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
It's good enough. Good enough for me.
Can you give us an idea of, are there trips? Are there places to golf and vacation?
There's golfing.
Okay.
How about a week away in Canada?
Like hunting, fishing type stuff?
Hunting, fishing, Whitefish Outpost Lodge for a week. Have your own cabin, have your own boat.
Unplug.
Unplug. No phones, no cellular service.
I love it. So what do you need? If we've got a listener out there that believes in the mission of Rotary and the mission of Habitat, how can they donate, and what do you want right now?
We are accepting any donations. Gift certificates are always great. We can use those and either put them together with other certificates to make kind of a travel experience. Okay. We haven't gotten a lot of Pamper baskets yet, so we'd love some Pamper baskets. Again, our gentlemen are always saying we never have enough guy things. So if you have something that would appeal to a guy, if there's a fishing trip or just even fishing equipment or hunting equipment, I don't think we can do a rifle this year. We're not certified for that. But
what about like power tools?
Power tools are always great.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, this is good to know. Because you speak basket, what is a Pamper basket? So someone out there that might want to do that, what would be in a Pamper basket?
So a Pamper basket could be a robe and slippers and that eye mask and maybe a relaxing scented candle. Oh, maybe it's got a trip to the spa for a pedicure, a manicure, or maybe of a massage so that you can continue your experience after the spa at home.
Okay. Wow. What about cash donations? Have you had some big sponsors step up this year?
We have several big sponsors that we're currently very grateful for. Horizon Bank, Independent Bank, and several others. So we're really appreciative of those.
I think we should throw out a challenge to all the banks, Deb.
Let's
think
get everybody
to step up.
Yes, yes.
Maybe I need to make some phone calls.
Yes, that would be great.
I'm on
We'd
it.
appreciate that,
I'm on
Katy.
it. Yeah.
Great.
Amy's mission has proven itself. I mean, this community is 100% behind Habitat for Humanity, which is why she needs to expand. Can you tell us about, is it called Brush with Love, Paint with, what's that project?
It's called A Brush with Kindness, and this is where we go out and do repairs, usually typically 1 to 2 day projects on homes that need outdoor type repairs, whether it be windows and door replacement, ramps. We've had a lot of people call that have needed ramps so they can get in and out. Porch repair, painting, landscaping, those kind of things that are to the outdoor of the home. We also have just partnered with the City of Cadillac on a city facade program, which is similar to our Brush with Kindness, where they are going to partner with us. We're going to do the work. They're going to manage the program, which is awesome. They had received some funds from Consumers Energy, and we are going to work with them on that. So it's really exciting. We plan this year to do 10 to 25 of those projects within Wexford and Osceola counties.
Oh, my goodness. And so how do folks apply to be someone who receives?
Yeah, so our program that we continuously run through Habitat, they just need to reach out to me, 231-775-7561. I will send them an application. They will then be vetted, and we'll go through the process to see, and we'll have our construction manager, who we hired January 1. We're so excited to have a full-time construction manager on staff. He will go out and look at those projects and see if there's something that we can fit into our program. And then also the city is going to have open enrollment for that city facade program. So you can call the city directly to find out when that open enrollment will be for their piece of it.
And is that residential, business, both? Can you clarify that?
For the city facade program,
yes.
That will be residential. You must own your home. It must be your primary residence, and it has to be in the city limits of Cadillac.
Okay.
You know, I mean, right now there is such a shortage of materials and labor for construction, home improvements, repairs, that this is going to be a critical program.
It sure is, and we are really seeing those increases now. We did not build a home last year. We did a rehab on a home. This year we're building a home, so it had been 2 years since we had built a home. We are currently seeing anywhere from 35 to 40% increase on just the building materials. We are not quite sure how we're going to be able to do it. So we'll figure it out, because we always do, but there is a huge increase. We're trying to work with some of our wholesalers to see if they can work with us, so we can, build an affordable and safe home for our next partner family who we have chosen. We're so excited to work with her and her daughter. And she's already been in the Restore, volunteering some of her hours because she has to put in a certain amount of sweat equity. And she's also very involved with this Rotary auction committee. It's so fun to see her. She years ago had been a Rotary exchange student.
Wonderful.
So now it kind of is coming for a full circle for her. And she's really excited to be a part of not only Habitat, but Rotary as well.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, fun stuff.
How can families get into the pipeline to be eventually a part of Habitat for Humanity?
Yeah, good question, Rich. So they just need to reach out to me once again at the phone number I provided, and I'm sure at the end you guys will say it again. So if they reach out to me, we have an application process. We ask all of our families to go through a financial coaching class through Habitat Michigan that gets them ready to be homeowners. It's a free program. It can be done virtually. It's really, we try and make it as easy as we can. We want success with this program. So our homeowners walk away with a mortgage, but it's usually a 0 to 3% interest mortgage. And they have to be able to make a payment. So we really need to make sure that they are financially ready.
Mm-hmm. I think it's important for our listeners to know that it isn't it's a gift. It's a wonderful thing. Plus you're educating them, which is also great. You're giving them a place to live, but they do have a monthly house payment. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so we typically either hold the mortgage within our Habitat. We have mortgages that we have serviced by an outside organization, so they go through the mortgage with them, but we hold those mortgages. We also have started working with the USDA, so we have sold a couple of our mortgages through them. And so they have a mortgage they have to pay, and it's an affordable mortgage. It's usually cheaper than their rent because of the interest rate being so low. And we have really 100% success. We have not had to foreclose. These families are so excited to finally have a place to call their own. It really changes the trajectory of their families for generations to come. They get to have a home. They have a legacy that they leave their children. They are no longer worried about how they're going to pay their, rent or any other things, because they're able to be stable in knowing every month what that payment is. Right. And they start to look to the future. It's just really good to see how they end up making the best out of this for them and for their children. And it's just really, I love it. It's my God job.
You came from the private sector, so you're in the nonprofit arena now. So how many families have you seen through this process since you started this job?
Yeah, so, just our home build programs, this would be my third family that I've worked with to choose. Our Brush with Kindness program, I've probably seen about 10 people through that program, so it's just really nice to work and get to know them. It's just so great to hear their stories and, text back and forth and find out how they're doing later, and we just stay in touch. It's great.
It's got to be extremely rewarding.
It is. It's the most rewarding job I've ever had, besides being a parent, of course.
Right, exactly. It feels like you're a support system to them, Amy. Can you share with everybody what happened during COVID and kind of those calls that you made?
Yeah, you have a great memory, Katy. So we, during COVID, everyone knows how scary it was. And for 6 weeks, I worked from home. I think that I had my shades shut in my house. It was just like a freaky moment for a lot of people, me included. And so Deb and I were on the phone one day, and she's like, how are our families doing? I'm like, you know what? I gotta think about them too. So I called all 29 of our families. I asked them that question. How are you doing? Do you have food? Are you working? What can we do at Habitat to help you? And it was great. I had a lot of people that say, I'm still working. I don't need help, but thank you for the call. Please help someone else who may need it. Wow. And I had families that say, I had a woman that was crying because it was the first time she had ever in her life had to go to a food bank. And she said it was demoralizing to her, but she had to do it for her children. And I said, you know what? We're going to figure out a way to help you guys. And Deb and I she's been a great solid, talking board for me on what is needed out there. And so we got food cards. We sent them to all of our families. We had a grant come through where we were able to help people who did not have steady income through that time. We helped with her mortgage payment. So it was just a really good time for me, being fairly new in Habitat, to really make that call to all the families and see what their needs were.
Right. And they felt safe telling you. There was no shame in showing that vulnerability and that need, because you've built a relationship where they trust you.
Right. Absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's a lifetime of benefits once you're a part of the Habitat for Humanity family.
Once a Habitat family, always a Habitat family.
Sounds
so
like it.
call me if you need help. And, I always tell them, if there's something that comes up that's you're struggling with about, whether you can make your mortgage payment or your, food for your kids, please call me. We'll work through it. We want you to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost embarrassed to say this, Katy. We're 21 minutes into the show.
Oh, boy.
I don't think we have said when and where this event is yet.
Let's talk to Deb.
So
Deb,
let's do that.
When, where, how? Tell us all of it.
Sure. So Saturday, April 23rd.
Okay.
We're going to be at the Fox Motor Showroom. They've generously given us their showroom for the evening.
Nice.
For the event, 6 to 10. And again, tickets are $50 a person.
Okay.
You can contact Habitat, any local Rotarian. The Cadillac Chamber has tickets, Cadillac Foundation, and we have some in Osceola County at Lake Osceola State Bank in Everett. So just let us know. Oh, we have a great entertainment this year.
Ooh.
If you attended our Habitat, our annual Christmas dinner auction, we had a gentleman by the name of Johnny P. Very great backroom mood music, I guess I call it, and he's coming back for this.
Ooh.
So we'll just have some nice, quiet entertainment, and we all get to be together.
Absolutely. And if you want to dress up, you can. And if you don't want to dress up, you don't have to. So this lady knows how to raise money, Rich. I'm telling you right now, one of Deb's, besides the baskets, and Lee, of course, and your wonderful son, other great things you've done, you know how to raise money. How much money do you want to raise? What would make Deb happy?
My goal would be $50,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, Amy's smiling. Amy
So,
thinks it's a good idea.
Yeah, so our goal is 50.
Okay.
We're coming back 2 years post-COVID, and last year's online auction was successful, but not to that level. We'd really like to hit it out of the park this year and say we're back and that just move forward.
Okay. Well, the fastest way to get there is to have people give you some cash donations. Let's
right.
pull those
Yes.
in, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you satisfied right now with the number of auction items you have, or do you need more?
We do need more.
Okay.
Our Rotarians, our Habitat board are both diligently working on procuring those items. But if there's something out there that you have to give, just give us a call, give Amy a call at the office, and one of us will get there and pick it up.
Oh, I'm very aware of these Rotarians. They're like bird dogs, Rich. And I will tell you, Donna Willis, who is a dear friend, I'm in Donna's office. Donna's doing a big favor for me. I get up to leave. She'd sent me the forms 3 weeks ago. Okay, can you get me some items? Can the bank do, whatever. And as I'm leaving, I'm like, remember, I owe you one. And she goes, just get me my auction items. Why don't you? And I just howled. I said, that's the favor. And she said, can you get me? And I said, it's going to be done in 24 hours, Donna. And I delivered. See,
Good
so
for you.
yeah, I think
Good for you.
I think you've got tenacious Rotarians out in this community working for this thing.
Yes, they're very diligent. So we're just excited to continue the tradition that Rotary has always done. This has always been a premier event, and it's just nice to be back together.
It sure is.
So, Amy, if they hand that $50,000 check over to you, what's the first thing you're going to spend it on?
We are going to start with that pole barn. That is phase one. We are going to get that up and running. We're going to make it where our staff can be out there working, sorting, racks, all the things that we need to make that space more usable.
So let's talk about the store itself. What is the item that comes in that goes out the fastest?
Appliances.
Okay.
Anything appliances. We do not accept gas appliances, but anything else. Fridges, we can't even have it. We get calls all the time. Couches, furniture, those are great big sellers too. Those go very quickly. Those are the big things. We also, have household goods, and We have a ton of, screws and nails that a local box store, brand new in the box, gave us. Those are really going out the door too. We have people coming in getting those. So yeah, I would say household appliances, furniture, all those kind of things are really big sellers.
And if there is a misconception, you cleared it up earlier in the show when you said you had a donation of a whole bunch of new stuff that was only like what, 8 months old?
Right.
So it certainly benefits you to go in.
It does.
Frequently.
I actually took one of those items home too. So
What does Rod say when you come home from work with more stuff?
well, he calls me a hoarder, but I'm really not, because I get rid of some stuff. But
No, that is very fitting.
Yeah.
I'm just howling.
Yeah.
The layout of the pole building, what's it going to look like? Is it going to look like a retail store in there?
No, it'll be more of a workspace. It'll be
Okay.
where we put our overstock so we can keep stuff inside. Eventually it'd be nice if we could have an outdoor seasonal area that was fenced in, and that's kind of in our phase 2 of the project. We aren't sure if that'll go off the entrance to the restore, which is originally what we wanted to do, but now that we've talked with a contractor, that may not be able to happen because of a drain field. You can't put cement over a drain field. So anyways, we're trying to figure out where we can put that outdoor retail space that we can have seasonal items. So I don't know if it'll be off the pole barn or off the side of the building, but we'll figure it out. And we're just trying to increase our footprint.
I think the timing on this is incredible because we've seen fuel and food costs skyrocket. The American public, family budget isn't ready for this. And so you are going to become even more important in the community because of the affordability of what you're doing.
Right. It's like, one person's, what is the saying, that one person's
Trash
is another person's treasure. We see that every day. So, we do get quality items in, and we just want to make sure that we can display those in a quality way.
From people who need tax write-offs and things like that, how does that work?
Yeah. So we do have forms that we give to people. We are a 501c3, so we can, you can deduct any donation you give us. So we do hand out those forms. Just make sure you ask. Not everybody wants them. Not everyone itemizes, but when you are able to, make sure that you ask for those forms, and it's tax deductible, 100%, anything you donate.
Awesome. So question, what do you do when more than one customer wants the same item?
First come, first serve.
You can tell she raised kids, Rich.
So I'm guessing you probably have a list in order of anyone who inquired about a refrigerator or a couch or anything like that. And
Yeah, Ben really handles that well. I kind of let that be his deal. So, call once, call twice, call as many times as you need to see if we have what you're looking for. So,
I laugh because Amy and I are of an age that, we're starting to look at retirement. And she says, I'm just getting fired up. That's what she told me just before we came into record. And I said, I can feel it. I can feel that energy. Like, she's still got dragons to slay, don't you?
I don't. Some days I do. It just depends. So I just appreciate the tribe that's behind me, that pushes me, that helps me to get things done. And it's just a great time in my life. And I just really feel like doing this work makes it easy.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, it's wonderful that you've got a history with Rotary, and now the project is, you were president of Rotary at one time. Is that true?
I was president of Rotary. I actually chaired another Rotary auction years ago. And when Habitat was chosen as the funding avenue for this year's auction, I was voluntold, and it's great. As long as my first call, I think Deb was at the meeting. She's like, I'll co-chair. I'm like, thank God, we'll do it then.
Yeah, I bet that was just security blanket for you, wasn't it? You're not going to fail with this lady on your team.
No way.
Never.
She's amazing. So I'm thankful.
Okay, I'm going to wager you one of my Katy cakes, and I don't know what you're going to wager for me, but I will bet you a Katy cake that they hit 50 grand.
I sure hope they do.
Me too. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate what you do for our area.
Give us the details, please, one more time.
Yes, so the Cadillac Rotary Auction. And I did want to say one more thing about the Rotary Auction. We, over the years, have given almost $2 million back into our community. So Rotary is an amazing funding avenue for our community. They do a lot of great things. So this year, 37th Annual Rotary Auction, the House Party, Remake, Reimagine, Restore, Saturday, April 23rd, 2022, from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Fox Motor Showroom. You can get your tickets from any Rotarian or the Habitat Restore, or Cadillac Community Foundation, Cadillac Chamber, Lake Osceola State Bank in Everett. So give us a call. We'd love to have you join us. And if you have items you want to donate, please give us a call as well.
Deb Ballard and Amy Gibbs, thank you so much for making Cadillac a better place.
Thanks for having us.
Cadillac Unscripted. Next week, same time, same station, more local chat at 8:30 on 107.9 CDY, sponsored by Independent Bank.